I don't usually pick people up. Not because I'm paranoid, just there's no real reason to. Most people don't hitchhike anymore. And when you do see someone on the side of the road, you kind of just assume there's a better option for them than getting into a stranger's car. That night was different. It was late, maybe a little after 11, and I was driving back from a friend's place out past the main highway. Once you get off the main road, it's mostly just long stretches with barely any lighting. That's where I saw him, standing just off the shoulder, near a broken streetlight. He wasn't waving or stepping into the road or anything like that, just standing there, hands at his sides, looking in the direction of traffic. I passed him the first time without slowing down. Then I checked my rear view. He hadn't moved, didn't turn, didn't react to the car passing him at all. That's what made me slow down. I don't know why. Something about it didn't feel like someone trying to get a ride. It felt like someone waiting for something specific. I pulled over about 20 feet ahead of him, sat there for a second. Then I leaned across and opened the passenger door. "Hey," I said, "you need a ride?" He walked up without hesitation and got in. Didn't ask where I was going, didn't say thank you. Just sat down and closed the door. "Where are you headed?" I asked. "Straight," he said. That was it. No explanation, no location, just straight. I nodded and pulled back onto the road. For the first few minutes, neither of us said anything. I kept my eyes on the road, but I was aware of him, the way he was sitting. Too still. Not stiff exactly, just not moving, not adjusting, not looking around. After a while, I tried again. "You from around here?" "No." "Passing through?" Something like that. The answers weren't wrong, just incomplete. Like he was giving the minimum required to keep the conversation from ending completely. About 10 minutes in, we passed the turnoff that led back toward the main highway. I slowed slightly. "You want me to take this?" I asked. "No," he said immediately. "Keep going." There wasn't much past that turn. A few scattered properties, then mostly empty road. I kept driving. Another 5 minutes. 10. The road got darker the further we went. Less houses. Less signs of anything. That's when I noticed the smell. Faint at first, then stronger. Metallic. I tried not to react, just cracked my window slightly. "You all right?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. A minute later, he shifted for the first time since getting in. Just slightly, but enough. That's when I saw it. On his sleeve. Dark. Not dirt. Something thicker. I kept my eyes forward. Didn't stare. Didn't want to make it obvious. "Pull over," he said. There wasn't anywhere obvious to stop. Just trees and a narrow shoulder. "Here's fine," he added. I slowed the car and pulled over. Before I could even fully stop, he reached for the handle, then paused, looked at me for the first time since getting in. "You didn't ask," he said. "What?" I replied. "Where I was coming from." I didn't answer. Didn't know what to say to that. He held my gaze for a second longer, then nodded slightly, like he understood something I hadn't said. "Good," he said, and then he got out. I waited until he was fully out of the car before I drove off. Didn't look back right away, just focused on getting back to the main road. When I finally checked my mirror, he was gone. Not walking away, not standing there, just not there anymore. I told myself it was the darkness, that I just couldn't see him, that he had stepped off the road. The next morning, I checked the local news. I don't know why. I just did. There was a report, short, buried between other things, about something that had happened a few miles back from where I picked him up. They didn't give details, just said there had been an incident. Police were investigating. I never found out what exactly happened, but I do know this. He wasn't trying to get somewhere. He was trying to get away from something. And for 10 minutes, I was the only thing between him and wherever he had come from. I almost didn't stop. It was late, raining hard, and the road was mostly empty. The kind of night where everything feels a little slower and a little quieter than it should. I saw him up ahead under a flickering streetlight, standing just off the shoulder with his thumb out. I drove past him. Then I checked my mirror. He hadn't moved, didn't step forward, didn't wave, didn't react at all, just stood there. Something about that stuck with me, so I slowed down. I don't know why, I just did. I pulled over about 30 feet ahead, sat there for a second, then reached over and unlocked the passenger door. He got in quickly, didn't hesitate. "Thanks," he said, pulling the door shut behind him. His voice was normal. Everything about him, at first, felt normal. "Where you headed?" I asked. "Just keep going," he said. "I'll tell you." That should have been my first sign, but I nodded and pulled back onto the road. For a few minutes we made small talk. He said his car broke down, phone was dead, just needed to get closer to town. It all lined up. Nothing felt off enough to question. Then, without warning, he said, "Take the next right." There wasn't much down that road, just a narrow turn leading off into a darker stretch. "No," I said. "Main road goes straight." He didn't argue, just said, "It's quicker." I kept driving straight. That's when his tone changed. Not aggressive, just firmer. "Take the right." I didn't. And that's when he reached over and grabbed the wheel. It wasn't a full yank, just enough to jerk the car slightly toward the turn. I reacted immediately, pulling it back and slamming the brakes at the same time. The car skidded slightly on the wet road before coming to a stop. "What the hell are you doing?" I said. He didn't answer. He just looked at me. Closer now. Too close. "Turn the car," he said. I shook my head. "No." He reached for the door lock, clicked it, then leaned back slightly, like he was settling in. "You don't understand," he said. "You're not supposed to keep going." That was the moment it clicked for me. This wasn't about getting somewhere. I unlocked my door slowly, keeping my eyes on him. He noticed and moved, fast. His hand shot out, grabbing my arm, pulling me back toward the seat, hard enough that my shoulder hit the door. I twisted, trying to pull free, but his grip tightened. "Just turn the car," he said again. "Closer now. Lower." I didn't respond. I drove my elbow back into him as hard as I could. He loosened just enough. I shoved the door open and pushed myself out, slipped on the wet road for a second before catching my balance. He didn't get out immediately. That was the strange part. He just stayed there, sitting in the passenger seat, watching. I backed away from the car slowly, then faster. Then I turned and ran. After a few seconds, I heard the engine. He had moved over, taken the driver's seat. The car rolled forward slightly, then turned, down the road I refused to take. I stood there in the rain, trying to process what just happened. My car, gone. They found it the next morning, a few miles down that same road, abandoned. Driver's door open, no sign of him. Police asked me everything, what he looked like, what he said, why I picked him up, all of it. I didn't have good answers, still don't. But I keep thinking about one thing. He didn't try to rob me, didn't try to hurt me once I got out, didn't chase me. He just needed the car to go somewhere I refused to take him. I didn't pick him up. That's the part that matters. I saw him, sure. It was late, I was driving back from work, and he was standing on the side of the road like they always are. Hood up, one arm out, barely moving. I slowed down a little when I passed him, just out of instinct. Then I kept going. I didn't think about it again until the next night. Same road, same time. He was there again. Same spot, same posture. That caught my attention. Not enough to stop, but enough to notice. I checked my mirror as I drove past. He didn't turn his head, didn't react to the car at all, just stood there. By the third night, I was already expecting to see him, and sure enough, he was there. Same place, same position, like he hadn't moved in between. I slowed down more that time, not stopping, just rolling past slower than before. As I got closer, I noticed something I hadn't the other nights. His arm wasn't out anymore. It was down by his side. He wasn't asking for a ride, he was just standing there. That should have been the point where I ignored it completely, but it stuck with me. Not because it was scary, just because it didn't make sense. A few days passed where I didn't take that road. Work schedule changed, took a different route home, didn't think about it. Then one night, I ended up back there, later than usual, closer to midnight. The road was empty, no other cars, no lights except my own. I started looking for him before I even reached the spot, and when I got there, he wasn't on the side of the road. He was standing in it, not blocking the whole lane, just enough that I had to slow down. I didn't stop completely, just rolled forward, waiting for him to move. He didn't. I flashed my headlights once. Nothing. He just stood there. That's when I noticed something else. His head. It was tilted slightly, like he was looking at the car, at me. I didn't like that. Not at all. I came to a full stop, left enough space between us that I could still move if I needed to. Then I leaned forward slightly, trying to see his face through the windshield. I couldn't make it out clearly, just the outline. I didn't roll the window down, didn't say anything, I just waited. After a few seconds, he stepped to the side, slow, deliberate, clearing the road. I didn't hesitate. I drove past him, faster than I had any of the other nights. As I passed, I glanced at him, just for a second. His face was turned toward me, but his eyes weren't. They were fixed on the passenger seat. I kept driving, didn't slow down, didn't check the mirror, just drove. About 30 seconds later, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I stared at it for a second, then declined it. It rang again immediately, same number. I answered. I don't know why, I just did. I didn't say anything. I just held the phone to my ear. For a second, there was nothing. Then I heard something. A door. Closing. Not through the phone, from inside the car. I froze, didn't turn my head, didn't look. The line was still open, and then, very quietly, from the phone, and from somewhere behind me, at the same time, "Thanks for stopping."